Speak to the bill.
I need to recognize to debate the bill.
Thank you, sir. For past gun bills, I have risen to talk about statistics and facts and testimonials and anecdotes from law enforcement. Today, I'm going to stand to tell my story. I don't tell my story, especially not in this public of an environment, so please give me a few minutes of your grace. It's going to be very hard for me to do so, but it is very applicable to this bill that I must tell my story. And I will pause because my story is about both suicide and homicide by guns. And if that is triggering for anyone in this room, I give you the grace and virtual hug to leave because it is very triggering for us going through it. Because you see, we are all in this group that we don't want to be a part of and we didn't ask to be a part of, but we all walk alone our journey of grief and recovery. And so today, I will briefly tell you my story. I once had a friend named Cy. I grew up with him in the summers in Lake Toxaway, where his family was from Atlanta, mine was from Asheville. We met up in the summer and we swam and we fished and we tubed and we hiked and did everything that teenagers do in these beautiful summer months that North Carolina gives us. And you see, I have a twin brother, and so all of his friends are considered my brothers. And I was so excited when my friend and brother Cy told me he was going to Chapel Hill like I was. Our freshman year at Chapel Hill, I lived on Hinton James in South Campus. He lived in North Campus. He pledged a fraternity. We didn't cross paths much, but he did come to my birthday dinner on Franklin Street in April. And the last thing he said to me when he left was, "I love you, sis." That was the last thing he said to me because my law-abiding friend, brother, good guy with the gun, 2 weeks later, the week before our exams, took his gun, walked across UNC's campus at night, and took his life in the Arboretum. And a groundskeeper found him the next morning. And I live with extreme survivor's guilt. Because I was there. I could have helped him had he called me. Why did I not know? Why did I not see that he was struggling? Why did I not ask the questions? Why did he not ask for help? He is a good guy with a gun, and he was in a very bad temporary spot. So this is why this bill is so triggering for me. And this is why I was in every committee hearing for House Bill 5 and Senate Bill 50. And this is why we held a press conference as soon as it passed on the Senate side. Because it's not just about bad guys with guns. This is not a black and white situation. It affects us all. 4 years later, again on UNC's campus, I lost my dear friend Eve Carson to homicide, okay? She was a beautiful individual, student body president. I met her my junior year working on advocacy on campus. She would turn 40 this year, just like I did. She was horrifically murdered on UNC's campus. Wrong time, wrong place. And we forever lost a beautiful angel, okay? 2 totally different stories that I'm traumatized by. Suicide with a good guy with a gun. Homicide with 2 very bad guys with a gun. But the commonality in their stories is that my friend Cy was 19. Eve Carson was murdered by 2 men, 17 and 21. And this is the issue with this bill, is lowering this age to 18. Do you not remember when you're 18? We are prone and so susceptible to peer pressure. We are hot-headed, we are emotional, we don't know how to control our emotions. We are not yet mature enough to handle ourselves. So yes, we aren't kids anymore, but we're certainly not the adults that can handle a deadly firearm if we're not trained responsibly, which some people are through their fathers, but otherwise this process would help train them and vet them and make sure that they know how to handle a firearm. So yes, I stand here today because of Cy and Eve. And my children should be tubing this summer with Cy's kids. And Eve Carson should be a mother, but they're not. And I will live with this survivor's guilt, and I have to speak out today because this bill goes too far. Too far. Please, please, I beg of you, for Cy and for Eve, don't do this. It goes too far, too much. Please.